Thank you for choosing Synovision products. Today I will introduce the function and the operation of the MPA plugin. MPA is based on tomographic thin slice thickness image data, obtained from the patient's scan, to reformat the two-dimensional images of the axial, coronal, sagittal or arbitrary planes. The appropriate use of MPA tools to observe the anatomical structure will help to understand and analyze the whole picture of the lesion more comprehensively, and provide more intuitive and reliable information for the clinic. Now let me demonstrate the specific operations below. Select the patient in the patient management list. Then select the scan series that needs to be multiplanar reformatted. In the series list below, click the right mouse button. Select Add Process in the drop-down menu, and click MPA in the Advanced Application drop-down menu to enter the multiplanar reformat MPA interface. Or we can enter the MPA interface by clicking the MPA button in the System Function Switch panel at the lower right corner. In the MPA interface, we can also quickly switch between 2D, patient management, film, report editing, and other advanced applications such as 3D, V, and other interfaces. In the MPA interface, the left side is the viewport area, including axial, coronal, and sagittal images, and the lower right is the result display window. In the viewport windows, the green line represents the coronal plane, and the blue line represents the sagittal plane, and the red line represents the axial plane. When the mouse is placed on the center of the cross line, it becomes a small hand icon. Now we can drag the left mouse button to move the cross line, and the corresponding cross-sectional images are moved accordingly. When we place the mouse between the center of a single line and the dot, the cursor becomes an arrow. Drag the left mouse button up and down or left and right to turn page of the corresponding cross-sectional image. Place the mouse on the outside of the green dot, and the cursor will turn into an arrow ring. Rotate it. The corresponding cross-sectional images can be rotated accordingly, which helps us to observe the image in any directions. Click the right mouse button at the blue text where 2D is displayed, in the lower left corner of each view window, to switch between 2D, MIP, AIP, and MiniP display modes. Click the left mouse button at where it displays the window width and window level in the lower right corner, to manually edit the window width and window level. On the right is the functional operation panel, and on the top is the patient information, which can switch between exams and series. Under the patient information and at the bottom of the toolbar are the general tools, including selecting, panning, zooming, window width and window level. 2D. This tool can quickly open the image viewer for quick browsing. And bookmark. This tool is used when the current post-processing needs to be interrupted. We can use the bookmark to save the current processing state and load it directly next time to continue the processing. The middle area are the MPA-specific tools. The first is the Layout drop-down menu, including the 2*2 layout and the 1*3 layout. The image display mode can be switched between 2D, AIP, MIP, and MiniP display modes. The MPA plugin also supports the following 4 functional panels: curve, line, batch processing, and thickness. The curve functional panel is the default mode. After entering the MPA interface, below these functional panels are some general tools for image displaying, including overlay. This button is to set whether the four-corner information should display on the viewports or not. Linkage. If this button is selected, the operations of zooming, adjusting WL will be linked. Crosshair. This button is to set whether the crosshairs should display on MPA images or not. And quadrature. To set whether the crosshair can be moved and rotated orthogonally by 90 degrees or not. We can click to switch the display modes between AIP, MIP, and MiniP. The default slice thickness is 40 mm. On the lower right corners of each viewport, we can modify the thickness by clicking on the value to enter manually. We can also use the slice thickness input area below to modify slice thickness. Click the Thick tab. Click the image position as needed. The image position in the result window changes accordingly. And then enter the slice thickness in the corresponding image position below. To adjust the image thickness in the result window, or click to input and adjust the thickness in the lower right corner. You can also drag the crosshairs in the image to adjust the thickness. In the result window, use the Shift key and the right mouse button to quickly locate the lesion. Curve. Click the Add icon to create a new curve. On the MPA image, left-click to place the control points, and the curve result image will be displayed in the lower right corner of the result window. To end the curve drawing, we can press ESC key, or double-click the left mouse button, or click the right mouse button. Click the right mouse button to delete control points. Press and hold the keyboard Control key, and click the left mouse button to add control points. Press the left mouse button to move the control points and adjust the curve. Click the Edit icon above the curve list to edit and rename the currently selected curve. Click the Delete icon above the curve list to delete the selected curve. After the curve adjustment is complete, we can generate multiple parallel curves as needed. The number can be selected in the Image Number drop-down menu. The curve interval can be manually edited between 0.5 to 10 mm as needed. Then we can see a batch of curves. Click on the curve to switch and observe the sepia images, or use the tools under the curve parameter area to view the generated multiple parallel curve images. We can browse the adjacent curves one by one, or play forward or backward to browse the images within the defined curve range. The defined curve can be sent to the database for storage, or sent to the film for printing. Line. Click the Line tab to enter the Oblique multi-planar reformation interface. We can select different oblique planes according to the observation needs: axial plane, coronal plane, and sagittal plane, to browse images at any angle, and the image is displayed in the result window at the lower right corner. The movement of the oblique line is the same as that of the cross line. Batch processing. Set the slice thickness and slice interval according to your needs. Then select the definition MPA image. Click the Manually Define icon, and then drag the mouse to define the range on the MPA image. The corresponding images will be displayed in the result window, and the number of images depends on the range we defined. Place the mouse in the middle of the range. To move the positioning frame, place the mouse on the upper or lower solid lines of the frame, and drag to change the number of images according to needs. Place the mouse on the left or right solid lines of the frame. To change the FOV, click on the result window in the lower right corner, and scroll the middle mouse wheel to browse the images. If the results are correct, click the Send Image to Database icon to save the image, or click Send Image to Film to print the image. The Clear icon is used to cancel the current batch processing result. The batch protocol can be saved according to our needs, so that it can be directly used next time. Set the protocol parameters of image number, thickness, interval, and FOV. Then click the Save As icon to save the user-defined batch protocol. The Save icon is used to save the currently displayed parameters into the null protocol. Null protocol is the default protocol. The Delete icon is used to delete the currently selected protocol. After the batch processing is completed, we can use the Play to browse the defined images. We can adjust the playback speed underneath. If we want to save a multi-batch processing protocol, here are the steps. Take the lumbar disc as an example. First, we define the image number, thickness, interval and FOV according to our needs, and then click on the sagittal MPA window. to manually define the multiple ranges. After adjusting, click Save As. Enter the protocol name. And click Confirm to save this new protocol for future use. Next time when we need this lumbar disk protocol, just select it from the drop-down menu. The results will automatically apply. The introduction of the MPA plugin is stopped here. Thank you for watching.